The sponsor of my stream and podcast is DistroKid. If you want 10% off on your first subscription with DistroKid, release your music to the world on every major music platform. Make sure to go to my website, andrewvanzark.com, and click on the discount link under the tab of DistroKid.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Welcome to Star Wars Chatter, hosted by Andrew Vanzark. Now you're listening with power. Welcome to the Andrew Vanzark podcast here on the Planet X radio station. And today we're going to talk about 10 things we loved about Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, written on February 25th, 2022 by Christian Baver. So climb aboard the Halcyon Star Cruiser and read StarWars.com's first impressions from a recent voyage on the all-new immersive experience. Inside the engineering room of the Halcyon Star Cruiser, things are getting dire. The First Order is closing in, and the newest member of the Resistance must work together to keep the ship from slipping under the regiment's control. Suddenly, amid the chaos, the towering form of Chewbacca, the Wookiee, emerges in the bowels of the ship. The Resistance hero is here to help. Out for a moment, everything else falls away. The First Order threats and the puzzles of switches before me, and I am 12 years old again. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I really love that. I really wish I could go to the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. So I'm going to read what Kevin Baver has to say about it, So Chewbacca and R2-D2 were the first Star Wars action figures I had as a child. So my affinity runs deep. And I also had R2-D2 and Chewbacca. And also I had C-3PO action figures. And then I had a bunch of other action figures. But they were like tiny action figures, not really like 6 inches. This were more like 3 inches, the ones I had. But as the Wookiee tries to help me solve the complicated systems of light and switches needed to bring the ship back under the cruise control, I find myself feeling a little starstruck. Eventually, we work together for a Resistance victory and share a high five and a hug. As he retreats, I spontaneously blurt out, "I love you." I'm sure he knows. The interaction was one of my many memorable moments from my Star Wars at Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, an innovative immersive experience that puts you on a journey of an elite voyage to planet Batuu and beyond, from boarding the ships to the grand finale in the Atrium. Here are 10 things we loved about our 2-day on the Halcyon. Alright, let's find out those 10 things. So number 1, aliens walk among us. It wouldn't be the galaxy far, far away without aliens. And Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser commits to that authentically. Whether it's the performers bringing key characters to life like Gaia and Twi'lek Crooner and her Rodian batmate Wani, or the passengers. On our voyage, one visitor committed to a full face of blue makeup and a hat reminiscent of Cad Bane, while another had Sarbrack-like horns protruding from her head. A human crew member tasked with helping to get me settled in a cabin remarked that the floors had just been redone as some huts paid a visit and left a discernible slime trail. Damn huts with their slimy, sluggy shit. Number 2, there are few faces to interact with and a few recognizable ones. Besides wanting to hug Chewbacca, the Wookiee, you may find yourself helping Rey with a special mission, starting up at the frightening mask of Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and sending intel to C-3PO and R2-D2. But there are also new friends aboard, including the delightful, awkward Sammy, a Corellian mechanic who yearns to do good for the galaxy, and SK-620, the astromech droid, and his close companion of cruise director Lenka Mock, From the moment muster, Captain Riola Kievan, welcoming ceremony comes to a close. You're invited to play whatever role you choose, letting your curiosity guide you to interact with the crew and a few new passengers. L.T. Harmoncroy and his First Order Stormtroopers. Yes, interesting. Where all those characters come in there. Like, I would love to see R2-D2 and a C-3PO walking by and going like around me or something, you know? That'd be really cool. When I went to the Galaxy's Edge on Disney, all I had walking around me were Kylo Ren, his First Order troopers, and I think I saw Rey, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's basically what I saw. And then on the Star Tour, I had a glimpse of Darth Vader and some Jedis. Number 3. The ship's design is unlike anything you've ever seen in person. From the sprawling atrium to the view of the stars from the bridge, the Halcyon has captured the fleet of stepping onto a pristine Star Wars ship like Dryden Voss yachts or the Millennium Falcon before Han Solo took the helm. Although there's plenty to do aboard, make time to sit in your cabin and watch the stars from your personal viewport, and appreciate the attention to detail, including the Arabic among the many languages translated on the emergency instructions on the cabin door. Oh yes, I would love to sit down and indulge myself into Millennium Falcon or Dryden Voss yacht kind of experience, you know? Because I am a huge fan of the vehicles of Star Wars. A lot. I love that a lot, you know? So, number 4. You can explore the climate simulators, cool your heels in the rings, and learn to wield a lightsaber. There are smaller corners of the ship that provide a unique bit of atmosphere all their own. The climate simulator provides the chance to get some fresh air and acclimate to Batu's bright suns. If you talk to the right people or cross the wrong ones, you'll gain access to the rings. And in the lightsaber training room, you can tap into the Force for one of the highlights of the various trainings, learning how to use the weapons of the Jedi. Number 5. You choose your own destiny. Using the handy data pad, I kept track of the day's itinerary and communications from the key cruise members who I had spoken to earlier in my stay. Although some other stayings on my voyage aligned with the First Order, I worked with the Resistance spies to get intel of hyperspace tracking and found a friend in the underworld in Raytheon Cole, Gaia's manager. Yeah, that's really interesting that you can choose your destiny, whether you want to be Resistance or First Order or any other side you want to take, you know? That is extremely good, because it would have been kind of okay if you would have only been able to be either Jedi or Resistance, you know, the good guys, if I might say. But you can choose whether you want to be Resistance or First Order or a Jedi. You know, you forge your own destiny, you know? That's really great. Before we continue reading a little bit about 10 things that we love about the Star Wars Hotel. So, yeah. So let's get it. Here's a word from our sponsor.
Andrew Van Zark. Andrew Van Zark. Andrew Van Zark. Andrew Van Zark.
The sponsor of my stream and podcast is DistroKid. If you want 10% off on your first subscription with DistroKid, release your music to the world on every major music platform. Make sure to go to my website, andrewvanzark.com, and click on the discount link under the tab of DistroKid. Now that we're back from that awesome song, let's continue here with 10 things that they loved on the StarWars.com website of the Star Wars Hotel here. So, number 6. I finally understand how to play sabacc. Wait. Don't tell me that they teach you how to play sabacc right there and you get to actually, like, literally play it. Not just they tell you and they do a simulation. No way. It's no way you can actually play sabacc. I've always loved how that game looked. So thanks to crew member Keely, fellow passenger Ashley Eckstein, and I now know how to play Sabacc. In the Sublight Lounge, several other Voyagers enjoy rounds of Sabacc at the Holo Table in the Lounge Center or cocktails from around the galaxy. The lounge itself is a highlight for anyone who's ever wondered what it's like to step inside a high-end cantina. That is amazing. So you sit there on the lounge center and then you end up playing Sabacc on the Holo Table. Wow. That is completely amazing. Wow. If you have the chance to go to the Star Wars Hotel, come on, make sure to do so, because learning how to play Sabacc is just amazing. So number 7, the food is unlike anything you've ever seen. From a fish dish with moving parts and a blue shrimp appetizer to waffles with the Halcyon logo and blue bantha butter. The menu has been carefully tailored to complete the immersive experience for all 5 senses. Okay, I would love to try the food, because, it's Star Wars, Whatever Star Wars theme food you can build in, make me think that, oh, these are galactic parasites, and they're just shrimps, I wonder how you're gonna disguise our food into feeling Star Wars, You know what I mean? So number 8. There's so much going on, you'll wish you had Camino cloning technology. As important as it is to talk to key characters, other passengers also help enrich the experience. The first and last event of the immersive story happens in the main hall, in front of everyone's aboard, but there are countless interactions transpiring throughout the ship. While I was indisposed, Rey and Chewbacca cornered other members of my party in a hallway with a request to help transport some coaxium. In the lightsaber training room, another group of 15 passengers opened a holocron to travel a special message, unbeknownst to the other nearly 200 people on board. These smaller moments make every experience unique and keep you guessing about who might be just around the corner. Number 9. You can watch your favorite Star Wars movie from your bed, and absolutely should. Living the story is a large part of the fun, but when it was time to relax on the first night, I could think of no better entertainment to wind down than my favorite Star Wars films. I have lost count of the number of times I've watched Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, but I will always remember watching it that night. Dude, Empire Strikes Back is like the best Star Wars film ever. Starting off because I love Hoth. Hoth is you can see it on the overlay here on the show here, where I'm portraying here a little bit of Hoth with the Snowwalkers, And finally, the finale, number 10. Whatever path you choose, your adventure hurtles towards one epic conclusion, a clash between good and evil. Inside the main atrium, Rey and Kylo Ren go head-to-head in battle that calls upon the Force itself for a thrilling piece of immersive theater coming at you from all corners of the room and culminating in fireworks celebration worthy of Coruscant. But if you're anything like me, even as familiar sounds of John Williams' score blast through the speakers to herald the end of your story, you won't want to leave. Now you gotta book your voyage on the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser now. I do find it really interesting that it's not just a hotel. It makes you go through events. Like, some are theatrical, some are more scavenger hunty, some are more like space voyager kind of thing. That's really interesting. Most hotels on Disney are just go in there, go to sleep, maybe go to the pool, maybe indulge in a little bit of decoration from our Disney stuff, but that's about it, And this one here actually makes you like if you were on a ride of Star Wars mixed with your hotel room, What better than that? And we're gonna be heading out to new worlds and new dimensions and new galaxies, because we are on the galaxy far, far away on the Planet X radio station with your Anniversary podcast show, where we discussed everything and anything related to Star Wars, whether it is the lore itself or theories, random knick-knack kind of gimmicky news about Star Wars, whether it's from like Star Wars Park on the Galaxy's Edge on Disney, whether it is clothing for Star Wars that you can buy as merch, accessories, silly Legos. It doesn't matter. I used to have a bunch of Star Wars Legos, so I still have them, but they're all crunched and dismantled on a box full of other Legos from other franchises. But let's get it.
Now you're listening with power.
The sponsor of my stream and podcast is DistroKid. If you want 10% off on your first subscription with DistroKid, release your music to the world on every major music platform. Make sure to go to my website, andrewvanzark.com, and click on the discount link under the tab of DistroKid. This was the Andrew Van Zark podcast. If you have any thoughts or any messages that you want to leave me, go check me out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Or my website, www.andrewvanzark.com. And I'll catch you on the flip side.
Sayonara.
When you listen to Andrew Van Zark, you listen with power. Now, you're listening with power. Andrew Van Zark. Stream on every major music platform. Power to the music.